What is going on, guys? Spectre HD here. Today I'm bringing you a different video. Today we're doing a class setup on the sorry guys, on the ICR-1. It's I think one of the best assault rifles in the game. It's got quite a high rate of fire. I can't speak. It's got quite a high rate of fire, but it doesn't do much damage. But sort of, I like to have attachments on it which will sort of make them a bit more. It makes it more accurate, but it also does a bit more damage, which you'll see later on. But I'm about to show you what the just the normal stats for the gun are before you add any attachments. And I think it's quite like an underrated gun, because at the minute I don't really see many people using it, but I think it's an absolutely brilliant gun because it's really accurate even without grip. It doesn't do much damage, but because it's got quite a high rate of fire, that sort of like counteracts that, which makes it quite a good overall gun really. Because it does quite well short range. It melts people, man. It's ridiculous. But then it also does really well at long range because it's so accurate. Personally, I think the iron sights are really good, but I still do use the elo sight on it because I prefer using the elo sight. But if you haven't unlocked that yet, then I really would recommend getting used to the iron sights because it's so accurate, because they barely move with any recoil, and it's just sort of like a straight up dot in the middle, like a little line going up through the middle of the gun, and it's just a really solid gun, to be honest. I think it's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, but I mean, it's just sort of, you can use whatever attachments you want on this, to be honest. But this, I'm sort of going to show you the attachments that I think are best for the gun, which make it a really powerful gun for me. And it's good for any type. Like, you can slay with it in domination, but it's also good in search and destroy because it's quite quick at just picking people off. It's a very accurate gun, as you can see in the gameplay. And yeah, so I just really like using this gun because it's really fun to play with. You can get really good streaks with it. This definitely wasn't my best game with it. Sort of like, I was doing like 30 to 5, 30 and 10. It was just really fun to use. And as you can see here, my attachments, I've got the elo sight, the grip, full metal jacket, which gives it a bit more power with the shots, and long barrel, which means it sort of makes it do more damage over distance, just to help you in those long range gunfights. And I run ghost, tracker, and blast suppressor. So even though when you engage in gunfights, you're going to show up on the minimap, you won't show up any other time, so you can move around the map without having to come into too many gunfights that you don't want to be in. I also got a combat knife as a secondary, because I like running around with a combat knife on search, and sometimes on domination for a bit of fun. But it's just, I really like this gun. I just think not enough people use it. And as you can see, I've got the sunshine camo, which I personally think is probably the best camo in the game that you can get through my supply drops. Because while it doesn't move or anything, it's just a really nice camo to look at. And yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed the video. And, you know, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.